Fud so dumb it burns. Tesla? On the verge of bankruptcy? No. Guys, I'm Brian. Welcome to my Tesla weekend. And it is the weekend, unlike most times when I say it. Quick welcome to Patreon to Arthur Blake, Joel Allen, and My Charged EV. I saw you in here, My Charged. I think you're in here. And Gort, who recently upgraded. Thank you so much for your decision to support the channel. As a reminder, you are watching the full version on Friday, or maybe it's the condensed version that comes in over the weekend on the main channel. If you haven't seen the live version, you should check it out. I answer questions over on My Tesla Live, whichever direction that is. It's whichever one you see on the screen. Elon says he's worried about keeping Tesla out of bankruptcy. Remember the days when all these guys would spin whole articles out of one-word tweets? One-word tweets. Well, this is more substantial than that. It goes into the interview that he did with the Kilowatts. Very fun. Where he just said, we're burning cash. It's difficult to ramp factories. That's all. That's all it was. Musk engaged in hyperbole elsewhere in the interview, so I appreciate you guys clearing it up. Synonym business. But what a clickbait headline. And it works, because here we are talking about CNN. But, by the way, if you haven't caught this, there is like 3+ hours, maybe 4 or 5 hours. He spent so much time with these guys. And they asked good questions. I mean, they asked all questions, really. But they didn't waste their time. And the more time he gave, they just kept taking advantage of it. So it gets a bit rambly, as any 4-hour interview would. But it's wonderful. If you haven't caught it, I don't know. The audio levels are a bit low, but it's good. So let's talk about some good news. Tesla finalized the Cybertruck design. That came out of the interview as well. Yeah. It's for sure design locked. So the newer version we've seen out and about with this windshield wiper katana is probably the final design. Yeah, and he didn't say when we'd get to see it. But man, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it in person. I have not had that opportunity as of yet. Quick question. Which one do you think sells better, the 3 or the Y? Pretty interesting. Tesla Model 3 enters the top 10 best-selling cars globally for 2021. The Model 3? Huh. Well, I guess I'm a little surprised. I would have thought it would be the Y. But the Y, I guess, was still ramping last year. That's very exciting. Sawyer dug into it. Sawyer's real good with finding unusual angles to cover. We come across something like this, we're skeptical, and that's what. So it comes from this report. They counted 99.32% of all cars sold globally, and Tesla has hit the top 10. Still a ways down there, 508,000. But look at that, F-150, 562. Now this number could jump to 700 because there's pent-up demand. But if that Cybertruck comes out, who knows, might take a nibble. But the Tesla Model 3 is only made in 2 factories, Fremont and Shanghai. Model Y is built in 4 factories, and 2 of them are barely online. Berlin's hit 1,000 a week. Texas, we don't have the numbers. It's not looking like 1,000 a week just yet. It's pretty interesting. It'll come in hot, is what I'm saying. Tesla Giga Shanghai to complete Model Y and Model 3 line upgrades in early August. Because, they're not making enough 3s and they're not making enough Ys. The demand is just that strong. Well, the demand is going to fall. Is it? I've been thinking that for a long time. They just started selling the Model Y in Australia, or they opened the orders for it. I assume those sales will start next quarter, they're going to sell. There's a lot of markets still to go into. And unfortunately, India does not look like one of them. Electric vehicles could take 33% of global sales by 2028. Now we're talking. See, this would have been a ridiculous headline even a few years ago. But Europe is coming in so fast with the EVs. Asia is coming in real hot. China's got so many companies that are leaning heavy into EVs. They've got the battery factories, apparently, to support them. And they've got the political will to do what it takes to secure the minerals, even if it means destroying entire ecosystems. But they're getting better about that. So can you dig it? Apparently there's a permit that's been filed by the Boring Company seeking to dig a tunnel in Austin. It's going to be exciting. Who knows? We don't know what it'll be. I've heard that that once you get through the sand, it's actually much harder ground, maybe limestone or something, which would be a new challenge for the Boring Company. They have not dug in good rock just yet, but I'm sure they know what rock is. Tesla Model Y and 3 have been named the most American-made cars in 2022 by Cars.com. That's not a surprise, is it? The batteries come from Nevada. The motors come from either Nevada or Fremont. The metal is all stamped on site. The seats are made in Fremont. Yeah, these are very, very American cars. But, you know, I don't like foreign cars, so I'm going to buy a Mach-E. Really? You like your Mex-E? Hey, man, whatever makes you happy, I suppose. Those cars are hot, apparently, according to the recall. They overheat sometimes, apparently, in ways that could be dangerous. But it's a first iteration. I'm happy to cut them some slack. So, you know how we've been saying that Tesla seems a bit shut out of discussions on renewables? It seems we have turned that corner. Apparently, Tesla has been asked to give feedback on the forthcoming policies that may help improve environmental and green initiatives. That'd be great. Because really, you have to ask, if you're not asking the leader, what are you doing? So Wally, did you hear that Tesla's plans for the 30,000 square foot Burnaby service center have been revealed? Yeah, we get to see what it's going to look like. So that's very exciting. Wally is a fan of the show, usually catches the live ones, I think. And if not, he'll let me know in the comments. But Wally is a coordinator for an upcoming EV event in Burnaby, where I apparently will be speaking in September, the end of September. I will get you guys more information on that soon. Very exciting. It's going to be some pretty awesome folks there. And it's a huge, huge event. All about EVs, green initiatives. And I figured I could send you the link, Wally, or I could just tell you. This way's easier. So Charlie Fox, thank you, said, the leader. I'm sure they did ask Mary. Well, they did, right? All the previous meetings had everyone except Tesla. They had the guys who are building cars at a loss in to say, here's how you do it. I'm sure you could be a qualified, competent, capable, morbidly obese personal trainer, but I'm still going to prefer to get my advice from the person in good shape. It's just me. I mean, I know how to do it too, but if I'm getting, this, let's look at the actual leaders here, guys. We are doing fantastic on time. This, though, I should point out, does make it seem less likely that a small tire shop would be the kind of place they would want when you see this floor plan. But we're not in charge. We're just the dreamers. Free charging this weekend. This weekend? Next weekend? When's the 4th of July? A little bit out. Over the 4th of July, there's going to be free charging. Not very many locations this time. Arizona, California, and one in Prim. Oh, Oklahoma, Texas. Oh, I didn't even notice the Texas ones. Neat. The idea is the superchargers get busy on holiday weekends, man. We don't want people to be stuck in lines. Can you imagine if they offered you discounts on gas on holiday weekends because they know it's going to be busy? Boy, people are going to be stuck waiting in line to pump gas, over the holiday weekend. We should really give them 50 cents off or $2 off per gallon if they come before 11 a.m. Oh, it's crazy. When the free supercharging was allowed for all cars in the escape path from Ukraine, when that ended, the critics were still noisy. Well, can you believe he's ending it? Yes, I'm surprised it was offered in the first place. I saw a discussion on Reddit about it, and somebody said, yeah, well, you never see gas stations giving away free gas. And apparently, one time, one station did it for like an hour. So that proves that Tesla is no better than gas and oil companies. And that wasn't the gas company that gave away the gas. It was the station owner. Tesla Enhanced Autopilot, available without FSD in the US and China. How exciting is that? A lot of people I know wanted this until they saw the price tag. $6,000 for lane changing? That's tough. That is tough. Yeah, adaptive cruise control you already have that. You already have the emergency. You already have the lane keeping. It adds navigate on autopilot, and auto park and summon, which are neat parlor tricks. I've never seen anybody use those. I don't know how helpful they would be. Yeah, if you're parked in a puddle, I guess. Greenpad says, EVs are like free stimulus checks. Imagine the economic boost after prices keep falling. So what I would like to see for a green initiative is not discounts on cars that we already can't get, that are already being marked up absurdly by the dealerships. I would like to see the money being used to develop mines for nickel and lithium and copper. We have all those things. So, well, no, we don't have copper. Yeah, we do. We have a ton of copper. We have mountains of copper. It's just cheaper to get it from somebody else. Maybe we need to develop that. Maybe we need to think about that. Mineral security is national security. Poor Toyota. They recall fondly electric cars over concerns about loose wheels. Yeah. No one is immune from recalls. Not Tesla, not anybody. Toyota is a good company that makes good cars. But their wheels are going to fall off? So silly. The bolts on the buzz forks wheels can loosen to the point where the wheel can detach from the vehicle after low mileage use. Easy fix. Easy fix. And in case you didn't know what a wheel is, here's a handy picture. So that's great. Do you know that Toyota has cut their production outlook? Another picture of the buzz forks. Not a fan. Looks unfinished. Looks like they forgot to paint it. World's largest car maker, by volume, expects to make 800,000 vehicles next month. Wow, next month. Exciting. But it's cut. Stuck with its annual production target of 9.7 million, we shall see. Cut global production by 50,000 vehicles due to chip shortage. How are we not getting this sorted out? Is somebody hoarding chips? I would have thought the semiconductor shortage would be solved by now. But I suppose one problem is everything requires chips now. Everything. It's pretty crazy to think about. But a car, even 10 years ago, probably had a third as many chips in it. Well, there it is, and there you go. If you want to see the full, uncut, 30-ish minute version of this episode, head over to the second channel, link in the description, and subscribe over there if you want to catch these live each Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific, as well as the Fast Charging with B&B podcast, co-hosted with Bear from Bear's Workshop. So, what did I miss or misunderstand? Tell me in the comments, and stay tuned, stay juicy, and I can't wait to hear from you clever robots on the other side. But it'll make money. I'm having a drink of coffee. We're just hanging out, right? It's just you and me? Yeah. That's the part I cut out for the condensed version.